And let's also tell you that some repentant Boko Haram members have attempted to free comrades from a Maiduguri police station. The insurgents, previously arrested for illicit acts, also assaulted immigration and anti-drug checkpoints. Borno State Police spokesperson Kenneth Daso confirmed the incident, saying officers repelled the attackers. The assault followed a police operation at Kasuar Farah based on intelligence reports that some drug peddlers, drug users, repentant and current Boko Haram insurgents were indulging in nefarious activities. The joint operation resulted in 8 arrests. Now to discuss this, we're joined by Security Analyst Inko-Tariah Ipalibo. Hello Inko-Tariah, thank you so much for joining us at this time.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So what do you think about this incident? Is this a one-time incident or indicative of a larger trend, among repentant Boko Haram members?
It's indicative of a larger trend. We know that we'll certainly see more of this kind of activities, because when you talk about repentant Boko Haram, what kind of program do we have to ensure that they are truly repentant? Currently now, there is this de-radicalization, rehabilitation, and reintegration program that basically runs for 6 months, and it's called the Operation Safe Corridor program. 6 months is not enough time to de-radicalize someone who has been seriously influenced by radical views for over 10 years. So you cannot de-radicalize him within 6 months and expect to get him rehabilitated and reintegrated into society for him to live a normal life. So there is still the element of terrorism residual in them that will only manifest when the need or the opportunity arises.
All right. Now, you did say that 6 months isn't enough for enough time for these repentant terrorists to be de-radicalized. Now, can you analyze past data on reintegration programs to assess this risk for us?
Well, I currently do not have data on the reintegration program that the government has put in place. But speaking from a general security perspective, it's obvious that you cannot de-radicalize a terrorist, someone who has over the years been influenced by extremist ideologies, someone who has been actively involved in acts of terrorism, someone who lived by it and who benefited from it. And then all of a sudden, within 6 months, you have de-radicalized him, you have rehabilitated him, and you are integrating him into the system. It cannot work. It can't work. If you want to be a lawyer in any Nigerian university, a minimum of 5 years is required. That's for you to go and learn. So we are now talking about unlearning before you talk about relearning. That's what de-radicalization is. They have to be subjected to a process where they will unlearn the extremist ideologies and philosophies. And then before they now relearn the acceptable ideologies that will make them civilized, responsible citizens in the society. So 6 months is not enough for that.
All right. Now, Inko-Tariah, just before I ask you the next question, if you could just tilt your device a bit, because we can't really see your face. I would appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much. But still talking about that, were there any security vulnerabilities at the attacked locations? And could this incident have been prevented? If so, what improvements, do you think can be made to security protocols for Boko Haram defectors?
Well, when the intelligence, when the police, the joint task force got the hint and carried out the operation, of course, it was a precise and professional operation, and they succeeded in arresting people and then they took them to the police station. So from the record available in the public domain, there were no casualties. So professionally speaking, it was a successful operation. Now, when the repentant Boko Haram went to rescue the comrades, obviously there were casualties because from the news that we have gathered, certain people were injured. Even the policemen ran for their lives until reinforcement was made before they came back. So, but they were not able to rescue the suspect. The people that were rescued were people that were around the counter area. So they could not break into the cell. So there were casualties, but very minimal casualties. And talking about if it could be prevented, yes, any form of insecurity could be prevented if the government adopts the right approach.
Okay, absolutely. But then, following this attack, how do you think the relationship between law enforcement and repentant Boko Haram members would change? Could this discourage future defections or even complicate counterinsurgency efforts?
It depends on how the Nigerian police and the federal government manage this incident. If it is properly managed, it could be to the advantage of the law enforcement agencies because if we're talking about repentance, you can appeal to their emotions and then also let them know that if you are for the government, you stay with the government and for the government. It's not a situation where you will be in between. So it depends on how it is being managed going forward.
Hmm. All right, well, thank you so much, Inko-Tariah, for joining us and speaking to us on this. We appreciate you for your time.
All right, thank you for having me.